Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video and to a new NQ market review. As always, we're gonna go through today's price action, review it leg by leg on NQ, right? And I'm gonna share with you and explain to you the trades that I took. Two longs, one from here, another long from here, and we're gonna go through them step by step. And I also want to share with you a few examples of identifying the real shift in order flow, the real market structure break, so you won't get caught in the fake outs, right? So that's the topic of today's video, and let's get started. So here's the trades that I took today. Two longs from here, right? So the first one was an aggressive entry, and then another long from here. This was the confirmation, right? And I took my profit here, and then another long from here with the same process that I followed here. It was applied here, right? I didn't have the chance to trade yesterday, although the price action was really good, but today's price action was also textbook. All right, so if you go to the 15-minute time frame, this was today's price action from this line right here to this line, and you can see that all what price did is we have from 10:30, or we can start from 9:30. We can see that we have an expansion to the upside. All right, an expansion to the upside, a pullback, start trading to the upside, failed to make a new high, another deeper pullback, sweeping the first up, and then another expansion, and that was today's price action, summarized like this. Sorry for the bad drawing, but you can see expansion, first up, second up, another expansion. That's all what price did. And yesterday also you can see that we have an expansion, pullback, expansion, pullback, another expansion. These are the characteristics of trending days. Okay, you will see the leg prices very clearly. So let's dig deeper into the lower time frames and start with the first trade. So what happened here after this expansion to the upside, and you can see that in this leg, this 15-minute leg, we have another series of highs and lows, of expansions and retracements, right? So after this expansion right here, this was the zone that I was willing to buy from if I see a real shift in order flow. All right, but you can see that price didn't give me that, so I wasn't really interested in buying from here. I want to see price dumps into this zone right here. So I sat on my hands through all of this, and then there was a downtrend in here, part of a pullback. Important to know or to label this trend so you don't get caught in trying to take it to here or maybe to here. This is only for a pullback, but I don't like to participate in pullbacks. I don't like the price action in it. Price tends to take some time to reach the profit target, which I don't like. So what happens here is that we first liquidated that first stop in here, or that first retracement, first retracement leg, right? And then we tapped into the zone. So here we're gonna drop lower in the time frames, okay, and we're gonna study what happened here. But the targets were really clear, which is these smooth edges right here. Those were the targets. Okay, so let's dig deeper into what happened here on the lower time frames. And I also want you to notice the sweep that happened here, right? So I want to see, I want to see a sweep inside that zone. First of all, the first stop here on this 50% didn't sweep anything to the left, right? So that's not something that I want to participate in yet. I want to see a sweep. So the sweep happened here, and now we move on to confirm that this sweep is going to be followed by a market structure break or not. Okay, that's the first the first trigger is tapping into the zone. The second condition is seeing a sweep and then confirming that by a break of structure, and not just any break of structure. Okay, that's very important. So this is right here the lower time frames, right? We have the 15-second to the left and the 5-second to the right. So as I told you in the previous video, I want to see a break of structure, and especially above a high or above a zone that is responsible for the bearish order flow. First of all, if we go to here, we can see that this was the top on the 50%, okay? Right here. You can see that this top from the 50% was followed by a break of structure. If you consider this high or this high, but you can see what happened is that we traded one more time to the downside. So that's why I want to see a sweep first before trying to trade or trying to reverse the short-term trend. I want to see a sweep, so I know that price is likely to continue to the upside and not return to that low that swept the previous low, which is this one right here. Okay, I want to see a sweep first. Very, very important. You don't want to be the sweep itself. You don't want your stop loss to be the sweep. All right, so in the sweep here, now we're gonna study what happened here. So when price was trading to the downside, it created this zone right here. All right, it created that zone. We returned back into it once. That's considered as the first stop, right? We started trading to the downside. You can see it here. And then one more time tapping into that zone and then sweeping the first stop, right? So that shows you, that tells you that this zone right here is strong and price is unable to travel above it. And also it was the one that pushed price to make a new low. So breaking this zone right here is very important, and we are also pairing that up with the fact that we are inside this zone right here. That's one thing. The second thing is that we are only pulling back to make a new high, all right, to make a new expansion leg. Third thing is that we are seeing a sweep here, right? So if price is failing to close below this low right here, it's showing weakness inside that zone, all right? That's how you can build a context or a narrative to your trade idea. So what happens next is that price broke this. First of all, I took an entry after price break this high, right? I took a position here. My stop loss was here, right? And then when price closed above this, so I didn't wait for it to close. I actually put a buy stop here, so price would fill me in and then travel to the upside. And then I exited from here, right? So that was the first trade. Everything is clear and simple, right? I backtested this exact concept in my previous video. You can go and check it out. And then moving on to the second trade, which was exactly identical to this in terms of confirming that. So what happens here is that when we started trading to the upside here, okay, we failed to make a new high. So this was always return back to the basics. We have expansion, pullback, expansion, right? And then we have a sweep of this, right? So we don't consider this as a break of structure and take it lower. No, we know that this is only a sweep and a deeper pullback. And then when price was trading to the upside right here, it failed to make a new high. So I don't want to buy from a low that failed to make a new high, all right? But if this happened, for example, I would look for something to buy from here, sweep, and then a break of structure and take it higher, right? But that's not the case here. So I was waiting for prices. So the idea was waiting for price to sweep this low, right? This is a weak low. And once we swept it here, This was a sweep on the higher time frame. You can see it here, beautiful sweep. And then when we go to the lower time frame, the same thing, the same process, we follow it here. Studying what happened before. So first of all, we have this zone right here. Let me draw it. Price rate to the downside, first top, second top, sweep. This was a sweep on the maybe the 30-second, but this was a sweep right here. And then trading to the downside, right? So breaking this zone is breaking this high, and this zone is really significant. And pairing that up with the sweep and with everything that we mentioned on the 1 minute, right? That's a high probable trade. So a bit of a wide stop loss, I put it here, and also a late or an early entry. I took only 1 hour on this trade, alright, but it worked out perfectly. So those were today's trades, right? 2 trades, same idea, same logic, alright. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. If you have any questions, you can always DM me in my Twitter account or leave a comment down below, and I will answer you as soon as I can. Now happy trading and good luck.